What up? All right, yeah, tuning in again. This is my little spot. I like to be on my feet here, so it works. But yeah, I want to jump right in it. I'm sure if any of you guys listened to the last episode and you got all the way to the end, you heard that I possibly have a lawsuit cooking because I built a really cool relationship with one of my students' fathers because I helped out with his Little League team, and that relationship led to his friend who is a lawyer, which led me to a law firm, which might be able to get me some cool compensation for this. However, I did find out not too long ago that I can't get any compensation for this. That I know of right now. Yes, I will be able to file for disability. However, disability is kind of a pain in the neck to file with, but I am in the process of doing that, and I can do that, and I will be able to at least claim short-term disability, which is really funny, and I think y'all might want to like this. Long-term disability means like you are guaranteed disability for the rest of your life. You are disabled. You can't walk. Something like that. Okay. I am not qualified for long-term disability because I don't have amputations on both hands. So I'm qualified for what's called short-term disability, which means that, yes, I'm qualified every year for the rest of my life. Yes, I'm qualified. I just have to get my paperwork in. And then once I get my paperwork in and I do get qualified, they have to send a person over to check each year that I am actually disabled. So the whole funny thing to me about this is each year I have to call up someone for whatever state that I live in and go, hey, I still don't have a thumb or an index finger. I still can't pick anything up. Still no video games for me. So I think that that's the craziest thing. But I'll get into the detail of why we can't have a lawsuit. So what I had happen to me is called thoracic outlet syndrome, okay? And there are 3 types of thoracic outlet syndrome, and the main 2 types cover the 99 percentile of thoracic outlet syndrome. The type that I had, which was basically the type that I had was he had a rib pressing on his artery. And that's the 1 percentile of thoracic outlet syndrome. And basically, because it's so rare, it's such a sliver on that pie chart, it's so rare, the doctors are not at fault for missing it because essentially they checked for the first 2 types and it wasn't those 2. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It was the most crushing blow when I heard the news that the best med malpractice law firm in Tucson doesn't think that they have a case that's worth pursuing. Crazy. You know how many people I've talked to since this has happened that's been like, you're good, man. You're going to be able to sue the crap out of them. And I thought so too. I did. I thought so too. But like, you know, God works in just the universe. God, whatever you want to call it. Life works in funny ways. Life isn't fair, but you don't know what life actually is cooking for you. You don't. And I've learned, like I said, I've learned so much from this whole process. In some of these previous podcasts that I have with my boy TJ that I've been posting and stuff, I'm really kind of frustrated and I don't really know where my purpose is. And there's even one that is soon to release that you'll see what I'm talking about. And it's just so wild to me that, like, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing with my life. I knew I was good at a lot of things, but I didn't know what was going to be this thing that was going to really be like a massively impactful thing, because baseball coaching is really impactful, and I love baseball coaching. I love baseball coaching, but man, is there a lot of things that get in the way of just like the fun of baseball coaching. You know, the parts where the kids get better and they have these great moments are the best parts, but like sometimes dealing with parents and umpires and the leagues and the way things are structured, it's just like so crazy. So it would stress me out sometimes. It would stress me out, and like I'm never gonna make $1 million. I'm not even gonna make $500,000 being a baseball coach, especially unfortunately with no pro credentials. So I was always just wondering, like, what am I gonna be able to do with my life to get my message and energy out? And then this crazy thing happens, and I survive it. And right when I went into the hospital, I knew I want to talk to young athletes about what it takes to be a professional athlete and how to just enjoy sports and make the most out of them, and also talk to their parents about the process of what it takes to be a professional athlete, and so they can enjoy sports, because sometimes the parents are wackadoos about the whole process, and sometimes the kids think that they're going to be this big star, and don't understand that, like, physically they have very slim chance, and then their work ethic, if they're not putting in the right work ethic, they have no chance at all anyway. So like there's just so much from this that I want to deliver to the young athlete population. And when I came out of the hospital, I knew that's what I was going to do, and that's what I've been working on and pursuing, and I've been talking to people locally and getting my foot in the door for schools to speak at, and it's on the way. I'm very excited about it. And when I did a trial run, one of the faculty members that was sitting in, she said, it's great that you can talk to athletes and parents about this, but like, how can we make this for like everybody? Like, it doesn't, you don't have to be an athlete. And I was like, yes. How can I do that? And it took me a while to figure it out. And then what happened was I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and they had this crazy stuff happen when they were in their late teens, early 20s, just kind of like a really wild life, drug addictions, all this stuff. And it's hard for them to kind of process the trauma that they went through. And they go back to the bad days a lot. And we're talking, and I'm like, yo, you can get past your bad days. I promise you can do it. And they're like, you don't even know, man, my days, they've been so bad. And I'm like, I've had a pretty bad day too. So it made me realize, like, because they realized in that moment, whoa, you're right, you have had a bad day too. Holy crap. Duh. Like, so it made me realize, like, I can speak to so many people who have had any sort of trauma, any sort of range of trauma, whether it's just like a crummy day and it didn't go your way, or like the worst thing, cancer, all that stuff mixed up, all the terrible things. Trauma is a big range, and this was pretty traumatic. This was pretty crazy, and I just try to roll with it as much as I can, because it feels better being okay with it. It feels better when people are like, man, I'm so sorry that happened, instead of being like, yeah, man, it sucks. That doesn't feel good. It feels better to be like, it's all good, man. Like, everything's gonna be okay. This is I'm still here. That's the wildest thing about it to me, is I got blood clots in here and I got blood clots in here, and for some reason they didn't go to my heart, brain, or lungs. I'm still the same dude, minus 2 fingers and basically the function of my left hand. I can do a few things with it, but it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and I am putting myself out here on the internet more because I just want people to know my story. And if you've ever had a bad day, hit me up. Hit me up on whatever platform you want. I have a website that you can directly email me at. It's CoreyMcEnroeSpeaks.com. It was in the beginning of the video and will be at the end of the video, and I'll probably flash it up at times in the video. It's CoreyMcEnroeSpeaks.com, exactly how it sounds. CoreyMcEnroeSpeaks.com. And I'm just trying to talk about it, y'all. Anything you want to talk about. Like, this was crazy. This was crazy. Everybody's had some crazy stuff go down in their life. It's not the problem Olympics. I'm not trying to outdo you. And if you want to call me up to outdo me, then sure, whatever. You had the crazier thing happen, but I just want to let you know I'm here for you, and I can let you know that life isn't over after something wild happens. It actually is just this crazy way of a new beginning, and for me has found a way to kind of set my life on track. I see what my mission is now, what my purpose is now, and that's to be a open light, to open door and open window, whatever you want. I'm wide open still, even though I'm catching it with one hand. I'm wide open. So if you want to reach out and talk, I highly encourage it. I just I think that there's such a beautiful future coming, and it's all about how your mindset is. Everything is. That's what I realize so much about this. I can choose to be bothered by it, or I can choose to not be bothered by it, and that goes with any situation in life. And when it's so wild. When I get frustrated about things now, I feel so weird in my own head, because I'm like, yo, I'm really frustrated about this right now, but I'm not frustrated about this. So, like, what is wrong with me? There's no way that the little thing that I'm frustrated about is as bad as this. There's no way. There's no way. So, like, I don't know. I think that that's the best place to leave this one off. Is life is all about how you treat it in any situation. And the more you are focused on not going to things that frustrate you, the better your life is going to be. And not being frustrated by things, the better the environment is going to be, the experience is going to be. Because there would be so many times where I'm doing something I like, and even baseball, I'd be doing baseball, which I love, and I'd be frustrated about it. And I'd be letting my own brain just carry a vibration, and I was just being frustrated. And now, because of this, it's taught me, like, bro, you gotta just let frustration go, because you can't turn the clock back, man. So life is so cool. Embrace it, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of bad times, and the more you feel good about yourself and connected to yourself and balanced in your emotions, the less bad times you'll have. Because when you do have any bad time, you'll be able to process it quicker, and then you'll have less, and you'll radiate a higher frequency. So thanks, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time with some cool stuff.